Hello class, I want to show you how to get into your lessons for this class, so let's get right into it. If you look up here at the left hand corner, we have this folder called Mastering P, not the one with the zipper on it, but this one. Double click on that, double click on the folder that's in there, and look for this file called index. You see that? Make sure you find the file called index, double click on that, and that will get you into the lessons. Now there's nothing showing here, so I'm going to click on the TOC, which means Table of Contents, and that's going to show me the table of contents for the entire, all of the lessons. If I click on Help and Instructions, the very first screen will come up. By the way, a little tip is that when you click on Table of Contents, the table of contents comes up, but it does not leave you. So if you click on this little double arrow, you can get rid of it. The first thing I want you to do is watch this how to use this training. New users, click here. If I click on that, this is a lesson.
If using the digital download version, download it as a zipped.
I don't know if you can hear him talking, but this is a lesson that will take you through some basic things. It takes you through how to open it, like I just showed you, and after you unzip it, you don't have to worry about unzipping it unless you put it on your own computer. Let me scroll a little ahead. It shows you that first screen that I talked to you about before. It talks about what this is all about. It even takes you, let's go back. It takes you to the table of contents and how to get inside different parts of that. And I don't see it right now, but it doesn't really matter. You'll be able to move on through. This particular example he's giving here is through Excel. So let's go back to the table of contents and we'll be able to continue on from there. Before next Wednesday, you have to go through the entire chapter 1 and the entire chapter 2. It won't take that long. They're very short videos, but you need to pay close attention to them, take notes, and be ready for a quiz at the end. If I click on 1.1, the publisher environment, get rid of my table of contents.
The picture shown on screen is of the initial screen view when you open a new blank publication.
Pause this. You can see once you open a new blank publication, the narrator just said, this is what the screen looks like. Now, if you want to minimize this, or even before you start your lessons, if you want to, you can open up Publisher. You can see I have Publisher on here as a icon, and if I open up, there's a blank. I'm going to open up a blank screen like he just said. If you do, well, so there's the screen. Now you're actually in Publisher here. Now you can have Publisher open on your computer or laptop. I got my laptop sitting here, and the lessons on the computer here in the lab. If you want to buy the lessons for $15, you can have those on your computer, and you can go to Publisher in the lab. The problem with doing Publisher on your computer is if you have a Mac, it won't work. But you can do both here in the lab with this one computer. Let me show you a little trick. If I hold down the Alt key on this and hold down Tab, notice all of the different programs that are running right now are showing right here. Now this is the program I'm using to do the recording with. This is the program, and this is the little app that shows the actual what's going on when you record something. So there's two programs open up by this Camtasia. Microsoft Teams is up. I'm not sure why. Here's that folder that you opened up earlier. But notice here is the Microsoft Publisher, and here is the video. So I'm gonna hit Tab. See, if I hit Tab, it keeps going over and over. I'm going to hit Tab until I get back to the Microsoft Publisher Made Easy one. I'm going to let Alt go. I'm going to hold down Alt, hit Tab again. It takes me right back to the one. Hold down Alt, Tab again. Once you get those two established, every time you hold down Alt and hit Tab and let go of Alt. So hold down Alt, hit Tab, let go of Alt. Hold down Alt, hit Tab, let go of Alt. Once you do that, it will flip you back and forth between the two programs. So I can go over, watch the video, go back, play around with it, go back, watch the video, go back, play around with it, and so forth. I will say that as you are saving anything, as you go down the road to save anything, you cannot save them onto this computer. You need to bring a jump drive to class to save any work on your own jump drive. Now, of course, if you have Publisher on your computer, you could do your saving there, and you won't have to worry about this. But you'll have to save items and submit them as the semester goes on. So you'll want to save them onto a jump drive. If you happen to forget your jump drive and you save them on this computer, you can open up Populi, log in, and submit it immediately right there. Or you could open up, if you have a Dropbox file, a Dropbox subscription, or some other cloud subscription, you might be able to log into it and save it there. But you're going to have to figure out some clever way of doing that. A jump drive is one way, and that will keep everything together as you go along. So that's how you get in. If I look at the table of contents, you can see that Chapter 1 has 12 sections to it. See that? Then there's a quiz. It's a really simple quiz. The nice thing about the quiz is if you get something wrong, it tells you what the right answer is. Then Chapter 2 is there also. What you need to do is go through every lesson in Chapter 1, take notes, make sure you're paying attention to what you're doing. You can do the little quiz at the end if you want. It's very, very, very simple though. Then you go into Populi. Go into Populi, log in, go to our class, and go to lessons. Click on lessons. Go to the lesson about Chapter 1 and 2, the lessons for week 2. The lessons for week 2, which is about Chapter 1 and 2, and go in there and take the Chapter 1 completion quiz. You might be able to get to that Chapter 1 completion quiz. You can get to it other ways too. You know how to do that in Populi. But take the Chapter 1 completion quiz. It will ask you, did you do the work? Did you go through all of the chapter? And in this case, it's 12 sections. And it will also ask you questions about the chapter. And so that's why you need to take notes and be careful. It would really be helpful if you would not look at your notes when you take that quiz. It is for a grade. But as soon as you take the quiz, go back to your notes, kind of mark what you felt like was asked in the quiz, and then keep that as a study guide for the midterm, okay? For the midterm, which the midterm will have a written part to it. You'll have to take a test over this material. All right, then once you do that, go down to lesson 2, lesson 1, lesson 2.1.
When you first open Publisher, you will see a startup screen that
Make
lets
sure
you
you
create a new
go to
publication.
2.1 and then go through all of the lessons. If I open up a table of contents here, lesson 2.1 through 2.9, there's Chapter 2 quiz, and then you will go into Populi and take the Chapter 2 completion quiz. So for the first week, what you have to do is watch all of lesson 1, take the quiz, watch all of lesson 2, take the quiz. That's all you have to do. Has to be done before class next Wednesday. I didn't talk a whole lot about absences, but you really need to not take any cuts in this class. If you miss one class, the next class you fail, because we only meet once a week. So that would be 2 weeks of missing, and you can't miss 2 weeks. If you don't turn in any work in a week, don't do the quiz, don't do the work, you're absent that week. You miss 2 weeks, you fail. So keep up with this, okay? This is going to be a great class. I'm going to be enjoying working with you, and I'll see you next Wednesday.